It is your size that is the problem. How do you expect your body to carry a child when it is already carrying so much weight? The small village of Omoeke had its charm, known for its lush palm tree and bustling evening markets. It was also a place where everyone knew everyone. In the middle of the village, a modest wooden house stood proudly, a small makeshift restaurant attached to its side. It belongs to Mama Ifeoma, the best pounded yam maker in the village. Her daughter Amarachi often helped her there. Amarachi, a strikingly beautiful plus size woman, had grown up with whispers trailing her everywhere she went. See how she's adding weight. Is she the only child in this village? The women would say at the market. She had learned to swallow their words along with her own pride. Her mother often encouraged her, beauty is not in the size of the body, but in the size of the heart. At 28, Amarachi was well past what many considered the prime age for marriage. She heard the remarks, who will marry a woman this big? Or what if she becomes even bigger after childbirth? Though this comment stung, but she stayed quiet, unproblematic, and focused on helping her mother. It was a quiet Wednesday afternoon when a stranger walked into their restaurant. Amarachi was pounding yam behind the shop, sweat glistening on her forehead, a rhythmic movement sending the pistol up and down with practiced ease. Good afternoon, the man greeted, his voice deep and calm. Amarachi paused, glancing up. He was tall, dark, and broad-shouldered, wearing a simple blue kaftan. Afternoon, she responded, brushing her hand on her wrapper before coming forward. I need pounded yam and ogbono soup, he said, glancing around the shop. Amarachi nodded. Have a seat, I'll bring it shortly. She served him quickly and the man ate in silence, nodding in satisfaction with every bite. When he was done, he paid and left without a word. The next day he returned. You again? Amarachi asked, surprised but polite. He chuckled. I couldn't resist. Yesterday's meal was unforgettable. Mama Ifeoma is truly talented though. And you are welcome to eat more, Amarachi said, feeling a small flicker of pride for her mother's work. The man introduced himself as Chukuma, a trader from a nearby village. He came every other day for pounded yam, and soon his visits became a routine. They started talking more, small innocent conversation about the weather, the market, and life in general. Mama Ifeoma noticed Amarachi. She began one evening after Chukuma left. This man, what does he want? Mama is just a customer, Amarachi replied, trying to downplay it. Customer kwa? At this age, you should know better. Oh. Better ask him what he wants. Don't waste your time with unnecessary friendship. Amarachi laughed it off, but Mama Ifeoma's words lingered. A month later, Chukuma finally spoke his mind. Amarachi, he said one quiet evening, what would you say if I told you I wanted us to be more than friends? Amarachi blinked. More than friends? Are you serious? Very serious, he responded. But I'm not like other women. People talk. They say I am big. Chukuma finished for her. He smiled. And so what, Amarachi? You are kind, hardworking, and beautiful. You are everything I want in a wife. Tears welled up in Amarachi's eyes. She had waited so long to hear someone see her for who she truly was. Chukuma met her parents a week later, and to Amarachi's shock, her father gave his blessing without hesitation. Chukuma, you seem like a good man. Treat my daughter well, he said firmly. Their courtship was brief, and within months, plans for the wedding went underway. The day of the wedding, Amarachi stood in front of the mirror in a flowing white gown, her heart pounding. She could hear the whispers outside. Is it this Amarachi that's getting married to that fine man? A wonder shall never end. But as she walked down the aisle, Chukwuma's smile melted every insecurity away. It was hers and she was his. The wedding was the talk of the village for weeks. They moved to Chukwuma's village and settled into their new life. The first few months of Amarachi and Chukwuma's marriage was blissful. Amarachi had finally begun to shed the insecurity she had carried for years. Chukwuma showered her with love, reassured her at every turn. They turned their small bungalow into a warm, inviting home. Amarachi even started a small business selling roasted yam and fish at the village square. But as the months turned into years, whispers began to circulate. Amarachi has been married for 2 years now. Where is the baby? The village women murmured at the stream. You think her size is the problem? One asked. Who knows? All I know is that a woman should be fruitful in her husband's house. Amarachi heard these whispers, though no one dared to say them to her face. She stayed silent, but cried herself to sleep at night. Chukuma tried to console her. Nkem, he said one evening, holding her close. Don't listen to them. They don't know what they are saying. Children will come in God's time. But even his patience began to wear thin as years passed with no sign of pregnancy. By their fourth year of marriage, the tension was palpable. One evening, Chukuma finally voiced what he had been holding back. Amarachi, we've prayed, we've visited the herbalist, and we've even gone to the clinic in town. What else can we do? He said something you're not telling me. Amarachi's heart broke at his words. Chukuma, I want children as much as you do. I have done everything I can. Please don't think I'm hiding anything from you. Her tears softened his resolve and he hugged her tightly. I'm sorry, my love. I just feel so helpless. But things took a turn for the worse when Chukwuma's mother, Mama Chinyere, arrived unannounced one afternoon. Amarachi, where's my son? Mama Chinyere asked as she settled into a chair in their living room. He's at the market, Mama, Amarachi replied, forcing a smile. Good, then I can speak freely. Mama Chinyere's voice was sharp. 4 years, Amarachi. 4 good years with no child. Do you think this is why I gave my blessing for this marriage? Amarachi's hands trembled, but she said nothing. Let me tell you the truth, Mama Chinyere continued. It is your size that is the problem. How do you expect your body to carry a child when it is already carrying so much weight? Mama, please, Amarachi began, but Mama Chinyere cut her off. I'm not here to argue. I've brought a solution. Meet Adora. At Mama Chinyere's words, a young woman stepped into the room. She was slim, with skin that glowed like fresh palm oil and eyes that sparkled mischievously. This is your co-wife, Mama Chinyere declared. She is fertile and will give my son the child he deserves. Amarachi stared in disbelief, her world crumbling around her. Mama, you can't do this. Chukuma and I are happy, and we are praying and waiting for God's time. God's time? Mama Chinyere scoffed. God helps those who help themselves. This girl is staying, whether you like it or not. When Chukuma returned and found Adora in his house, he was furious. Mama, what is the meaning of all this? Chukuma, you are my only son. You need an heir, and this girl will give you one. Mama Chinyere insisted. I love my wife, and I don't need another. Chukuma retorted, but Mama Chinyere refused to back down. She left Adora behind and returned to her village, leaving Chukuma and Amarachi to deal with the aftermath. Chukuma reassured Amarachi, I won't touch her. She will leave soon, don't worry. But Adora had no intention of leaving. She made herself comfortable, cooking meals for Chukuma and flaunting her presence in front of Amarachi. You can't compete with me, Amarachi said one evening, smirking as she swept past Amarachi. Amarachi bit her tongue, unwilling to stoop to Adora's level. But the strain was taking its toll. Chukuma was caught in the middle, trying to keep the peace but failing miserably. One fateful night, Chukuma returned home drunk after a night out with his friends. His wife was not at home, so Adora seized this opportunity. She led him to her room, and in his intoxicated state, he didn't resist. When he woke up the next morning, he was horrified. What have I done? He muttered, his head pounding. Adora smirked. You finally did what you should have done all along. When Amarachi found out, she was devastated. You promised me, Chukuma. You promised me that you would not touch her. Chukuma. I was drunk, Amarachi. I didn't know what I was doing. I'm so sorry, he pleaded. But the damage was done. A few weeks later, Adora announced that she was pregnant. Amachinyere returned. I told you this girl would bring blessing to this family. Amarachi's heart shattered into a million pieces. She felt like a stranger in her old home. Chukuma tried to comfort her, but his guilt made his words hollow. Months passed, and Adora gave birth to a baby boy. The village celebrated, but Amarachi felt like she was drowning in sorrow. Still, she refused to give up. She poured her pain into prayers, asking God for strength and guidance. One day, Adora's son fell gravely ill. He was rushed to the local clinic where doctors recommended a blood transfusion. But when they tested Chukwuma's blood, it didn't match the child. This isn't possible, Chukwuma said, his voice shaking. The doctor hesitated before saying, Mr. Chukwuma, are you sure this is your son? Chukwuma's world tilted. Adora tried to deny it, but the truth came out. She had been seeing another man before her marriage and had passed off the child as Chukwuma's. Enraged and humiliated, Chukwuma sent Adora and her child away. You have no place in my home, he declared. In the quiet that followed, Chukwuma turned to Amarachi. My love, I have wronged you in so many ways. Forgive me. Amarachi, though deeply hurt, saw the sincerity in his eyes. She nodded, willing to give their marriage another chance. A month later, she missed her period. When the doctor confirmed she was pregnant, she and Chukwuma wept tears of joy. 9 months later, Amarachi gave birth to twins, a boy and a girl. As she held them in her arms, she felt a deep sense of peace. Despite the trials and betrayals, love had triumphed in the end. Thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed this story, please do well to like, share, subscribe, turn on your post notification bell to get notified when next I post any new video. See you guys in my next video. Bye.